Hello, boys, girls, and bees, and welcome back to the judgiest place on the internet.
Joshua, you didn't include strawberry plushie lovers.
That was an envies. That's the most they-them thing about you, is that you enjoy that strawberry plushie.
I am obsessed with
Your
this.
nails are insane.
Thank you.
Also, your jewelry is off the charts.
Thank you.
Why are you guys fucking coming in blinged out while I have piss baby merch and a grandpa sweater?
Today was my last day at work, and I had to give a presentation.
What'd you present? How to slay?
Close.
Okay.
Hepatitis C.
Okay, and that's the best
In
one
a
of the
sense,
three.
Incorrect.
The most curable of the three.
the only curable
it is
of the three?
curable.
And welcome. I'm Josh.
I'm Rick.
And I'm Christian.
And we are
the
Judgies.
And we forgot to turn on that light. Whoa!
Whoa!
I
On
can't
one
believe you
take?
fucking nailed that.
Holy shit.
Hey.
Ooh, I didn't like that.
Hey.
Do you do that one more time? I'll throw the carrot at you.
Ruh-roh.
You had to have made that longer.
Wait, did you?
Did you? Oh my god.
Do you want to do mail?
Yes, I want to do mail.
Erika, tell a story while I get the mail ready.
So today was my last day at work, and I gave a presentation.
On what?
Oh my god, thanks for asking. It was hepatitis C.
The
I hear
worst
that's
one.
the most curable one.
I mean, it has a cure, and about 90% of the people that take the medication are cured. But hepatitis A is probably the easiest to get rid of.
'Cause that
although
one's-
you do have symptoms for like 20 days or something. ridiculous.
Hepatitis
A.
I didn't do it.
Because hepatitis A is something you eat, right?
It's the fecal to oral route, yeah.
It's because you ate something.
That was contaminated.
and then what's
with
B?
Shit. Hepatitis B is transmitted via blood and bodily fluids.
Okay.
And guess what C is? Cum.
Incorrect.
Fuck.
wait, which one is the STD then?
None of them are an STD, but you can.
I mean, bodily fluids.
Isn't herpes hepatitis?
No.
P.O. Box 58, Ottawa, Illinois 61350. This is from Nan.
Hi,
Thanks,
Nan.
Nan. Wait, my Nan or your Nan?
Wait, I actually have a Nan.
I don't.
Embarrassing. Cringe. Whoa.
Oh
whoa.
my god.
It looks like a watercolor, I believe.
I'm obsessed. Oh, and we each get one.
Nan is an illustrator, artist, live artist. I'm sorry, illustrator, muralist, live artist, UV body painter. Drawing lines since 1989. Great tagline. Instagram at peanut garlic butter.
I'm obsessed.
Look at that. For the listeners, it's a little, do we think watercolor of us three? And it says the judges?
Yes.
Look
It's
at that.
incredible.
An original watercolor, and then
You really captured the lusciousness of my hair.
I wish my beard was that full.
I was deleting stuff off my phone because my Google Drive was full, and I deleted the video of us shaving off of it. And I was like, I almost sent you a screenshot of like you like just full bearded. And I was like, man, it looks weird to see Christian with that big of a beard.
I was gonna say that was like at the point where I was like, I'm not shaving it anymore because I know I have to shave it all off.
You know, the only problem I have with this is that you make it look like Josh is taller than me.
Well, look at the picture.
Wait,
In that picture,
I look taller. I don't know what we did in that picture to make me look taller than you, but I look massive. It's like when we were sitting at the TikTok, when
These
we
are
were sitting
so good.
for the Moment show, and I was just like, why am I taller than Christian sitting down?
what was up with that? I'm pretty pissed about that one. I think there's a note in here. Hold on one second. This is gonna be the first time I've ever read a thing from a listener.
Oh, it's typed good. And
Hi,
there's paragraphs. Very nice.
Hello.
Hello from Austin,
Hi.
Texas. Keep it weird. I hope you all enjoy my rendition of your beautiful faces.
That's
I'm
not
usually
in
a
there.
physical illustrator, but I've been trying to branch out into digital stuff.
Keep it weird wasn't in there,
Ooh.
just so you guys know he ad-libbed that.
That's Austin's catchphrase for any of you guys that aren't in the know.
Oh, really?
Yep. And I figured, what better subjects than my favorite podcasters? Every week, my partner and I watch and or listen to the pod while we do artwork or housework. And y'all bring us so much joy. Your content reminds me of hanging out with friends, just shooting the shit, and we love it so much. Thank you for being you, and congratulations again on the mini judgy.
Thank you.
Anyways, I included 2 extra prints, so you can frame one if you like. Fingers crossed that you like it enough to put on the wall. And one is for the lovely Aurora. Shine on, you crazy diamonds. Love, Nan. They, them. Instagram, did we say their Instagram?
Yeah, peanut butter garlic.
Yep, peanut garlic butter.
Fuck.
P.S. Immediately after I printed these, I went to get coffee, and while I was waiting on my order, the barista and I started talking about podcasts.
Uh-oh.
I showed them one of the prints and highly recommended your pod. Hopefully the Piss Baby Nation has grown one by one today.
I love it.
Nan's Barista, if you are out there, call us.
Call us. You're
That's
the only
awesome.
one that gets our phone number, but call us.
Absolutely incredible. I'm
Thank you.
obsessed.
Yeah.
I can't wait to frame that.
That
All right,
painting
now I gotta-
is,
I should have been
I'm
getting
sorry,
ready.
that digital art must be Mr. Roger, because who framed that? Roger Rabbit. Fuck.
Very impressive that it looks so much like an actual watercolor if that was all digital.
Yeah. I mean, you can
Like
just, yeah,
Well, you can just what, Josh?
use a watercolor brush.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
You want to, wait, hold on.
Also,
Where's my
is weird-
strawberry plush?
You
It's on the
dropped
floor.
it. You got so excited that you dropped it. Also, it's very odd.
Do you want that?
What?
I'm not gonna throw it at Josh. I just watched a YouTube video today on "Shine On You Crazy Diamond" by Pink Floyd. So it's weird that you just said "Shine On You Crazy Diamonds" and then literally an hour ago I was watching a YouTube video on "Shine On You Crazy Diamond."
Halloween Power Hour 3. This is a 5-star review over at Apple. Go ahead and leave them. This is a 1-star review, though. Leave a 5-star. This is the last 1-star I'm ever going to read. Ever! I'm a loyal listener. I've listened to almost every episode, but I feel it's necessary I leave this review. That episode almost made me delete the show from my subscription list and unfollow on every platform. Borderline report the show. The excessive use of the soundboard was not funny, but rather a nuisance. Made the
agree.
episode unlistenable. One could say, just stop listening to the episode. I tried, but every time I finished a different episode, that garbage monstrosity would autoplay and ruin my day, because never, ever, 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 ever do that again. It's honestly caused me stress just hearing that stupid Scooby-Doo audio. If you like this show, I urge you to skip this episode, or you too will have to stop listening to this podcast for the foreseeable future. Hey, there's a mark episode is played button, bud. Mm-hmm. People love the Scooby-Doo.
This
noise.
is
I
the
don't know what to
Halloween
tell you.
episode. Is that
Yeah,
the one?
the Power
Or-
Hour,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I heads up. Power Hour next year is going to be just as annoying. Power Hour a year after that, just as annoying. We'll probably learn it by year 5, though. Year 5 won't be annoying.
The thing is, when we get absolutely drunk, we think things are funny. Believe it or not.
But also the Scooby-Doo noise is
just
funny.
inherently
It's so funny that people requested it so much that I took it off for a while. It had to come back
It had to
because
come
we had so
back.
many
The
requests.
people spoke.
2 is not that many.
No. You don't look at the YouTube comments. You don't look for any sorts of validation like I do.
Joking.
We
And
don't
yes,
just-
I do.
We also
Read
Look-
stories on this internet podcast, and I'm going to do it. Sorry, Joshua. Were you saying something?
He kind of had a whole thing playing, but it's
fine.
okay.
I only do it for you, Erica.
I know. I love it. Can you do it, please?
We go online and find silly little stories, and sometimes we laugh at them and we judge them, and sometimes Erica's the one going online and finding those silly little stories.
I don't know why I like it so much. Okay. What?
I just wish I brought you that much joy.
Well, you know. Am I the asshole
Yes.
Oh,
stealing my bid, I see?
fuck.
I'm on it tonight.
Am I the asshole for asking my stepfather to pay rent to live in a house that I own after he asked me to pay rent once I turned 18? Are we following along?
No, but it's fine.
One
I'll
more
pick it up.
time, you asked stepfather to pay rent because he asked you to pay rent?
Asked my stepfather to pay rent to live in a house that I own after he asked me to pay rent when I turn 18.
Okay, perfect.
So a little bit around the
real-
corner it comes.
Yeah, a little comeuppance.
Yeah. A little bit of you scratch my back, I scratch yours.
But
You
the
fuck me
opposite.
over,
The
I
opposite.
Yeah.
fuck you.
What comes around goes around. That's what I was looking for.
Cry me a river, Joshua. I'll be 18 in a couple of months. My stepfather of 5 years gave me the heads up that I need to start paying a fair rent to continue living in the house after I turn 18.
Okay.
The house we currently live in belonged to my dad, who died when I was 6. My mom and dad were never married, and I inherited the house, and my mom and I live here. And then my stepfather moved in after they got married.
Okay. I feel like you don't like your stepdad.
This fucking rocks.
I feel like you're getting. This is like the ultimate teenage. Like, I own this house under my roof. You're gonna pay rent.
Looks like my stepfather was under the impression that my mom owns the house. I told him that's not happening as long as I own the house. He laughed at me and didn't believe it. I talked to my mom and she confirmed that she never told him that I own the house. He now knows the truth. So the reality is, he believed it was completely fair to ask me to pay rent when he didn't know I own the house. So it's only fair that I ask him to pay me rent now.
Sure.
Yeah.
Last night, I gave him the heads up that if they continue planning to live here after I turn 18, that's fine, but they'll need to start paying rent. My stepfather believes that this is unfair as it's a sudden change and he needs more time, and that I'm being heartless because you don't do this to family. Well, he was prepared to do it to me, so what's the difference? He did it to help me gain my independence and prepare for an adult life, and that's part of growing up, whereas I'm doing it out of spite. I told him that I need to pay rent to learn to be an adult, then what does that make him living here rent-free? He told me that I was out of line, and then the conversation ended.
Boy, what a great fucking comeback.
Uh-huh.
What a great, like, oh, so you never learned how to be an adult then
Yeah.
if you can't handle to pay rent.
Also, yeah, this is the one time being a shitty fucking landlord kind of rocks.
Were they just not, like, who's paying the mortgage?
That's
Or,
what I
like-
was thinking,
Or,
too.
like, property taxes.
Maybe the house is paid off.
But, like, you still have to pay property taxes and
Yeah.
insurance. Is the mom paying that? Was the
Probably.
stepdad not, like,
Paying anything.
contributing towards anything for the housing?
My mom believes he made a mistake asking me to pay rent, and that I'm being spiteful. And it's wrong of me to push for this. And as a result, our family is being torn apart. Am I the asshole here?
If your family tears apart from this, it wasn't a family.
Yeah, I mean, kind of. It's really fucking annoying that, yeah, the stepdad's like, I'm just trying to teach you how hard life's going to be. And it's like, well, he's kind of teaching you how hard life is. Sometimes you have a shitty fucking landlord that evicts you with a fucking 3 weeks notice. So
Yep.
This is great. This is probably the only malicious compliance
you've ever enjoyed
story I've ever enjoyed. Because God, does that got I had to come back with like him being like, well, you're an irresponsible adult. Then is just that's what every
teenager.
adult hating teenager wants to fucking say.
Could you imagine having that power at 18 to just crumble an adult man that, from all accounts in this story, seems like he kind of fucking sucks, to just really just take him down a notch?
Yeah, I mean, it really points out the hypocrisy of like you make teens pay rent when they turn 18 as a way to like teach them the hard way, like either move out or start paying me, and it's like. Maybe that's stupid. You ever think that, Mr. Stepdad?
The only way it ever works is like if it's like you're only paying us and we're putting into account, so you get
Sure.
better at like knowing
Saving
to save
money.
money. But
Yeah,
it's like
budgeting.
a lot of the parents are like, no, I'm just tired of paying for you.
Yeah, right. Which I get. Economic struggles
Yeah.
suck. Like the stepdad probably, but like the better conversation would be like, hey, money's run a little thin.
Yeah.
Got any cash?
Now that you're an adult,
Yeah.
we could use your help.
Yeah.
There's definitely a way to go about it.
Legally, I'm no longer obligated to take care of you, you little shit. You're 18.
Yeah, that sucks. Ready to move on?
I do fear that becoming a landlord at 18 has corrupted. I feel like there should be age of, like, you know how there's like 18 is the last age of consent for sexual activity?
Okay.
I feel like you need to be at least like 72 to be a landlord. I think there's like, because under that, it's like, it's just going to corrupt you. If you're 18 and you have
Property?
private property owned, you're a bad person. I
You
guess at this point
guys,
it's personal property. But.
Speaking of landlord disputes, a dude in our area came home. He was supposed to like, I don't remember. I'll look up the story, but when
Give
we're
your exact address, please.
I'll look up the story when we're on our break. But dude in our area came home one night. His landlord was trying to kick him out of his house or apartment or whatever.
I know the person.
Dude, the landlord shot him.
My brother is friends with that guy that got shot.
His landlord fucking shot him.
I can actually tell that full story without you having to look it up because my brother told me.
Take the floor. Floor is yours, Joshua.
So this guy runs his business from this house as the tenant. He has a local business. I don't remember what the business was. I think he just like sells small little fake arrowheads to Chicago people.
Okay.
Sure, that's fair.
And my brother described this guy as being like kind of a piece of shit.
Okay.
Like libertarian and Andy kind of guy. But yeah, he the house owner was saying like you need to move out. And he was like, well, okay, well, give me 3 months. I run my business out of here. And then the next day he comes home, or like 2-3 days after that, comes home, throwing his shit out onto the curb, like all of his like clothes and shit, was burning his like bed, like burning the stuff that wasn't clothes. And he's like, dude, what the fuck? And so he comes out and starts yelling at him. So he gets in his truck. And so the guy the owner of the house starts like beating on his window. And I think the guy, okay, so no, the guy's like legally blind.
The tenant or the
tenant, yeah.
Okay.
The tenant's like legally blind. And so he's in the truck. It's nighttime. He can't really see that great. And the dude pulls out a gun. The homeowner pulls out a gun. And so he's in his truck. He tries to drive away, clips the guy with his truck. Once that happens, the guy starts shooting him. Shot 3 times. Once hit him in the leg and the side. The other 2 like went where his head would have been if he didn't like do this. So like he like almost died in that whole scuffle because I think beforehand the owner started punching. Yeah, the owner started punching him while he's in the truck, which is why he tried to get out of there. Then he pulled out the gun and shot him. So he drove away. In that whole kerfuffle, his glasses fell out of the truck, so he can't see shit. He just goes up to a random house and is like 2 miles down the road. And he's like, "Can you call the cops?"
Yeah.
For help.
And they're like, "Oh, I don't know." And he's like, "Please call the cops." And so the cops come back, and of course the guy's not there. And the cops impounded his truck because it's now evidence because it was part of the crime. They didn't give him like a rental or anything, and he had to walk back to his house because he didn't have a ride. And the cops eventually gave him a ride back. Went back, all of the shit that was on the side of the road, they had pissed on. So it was all covered in piss, so he couldn't even like wear his clothes anymore. And he's like, "Hey, cops, there's a crime being committed here." And they're like, "Hey, that's a civil dispute," and then left.
Oh, fuck the police,
And
dude.
so now that like you can't sleep there because that fucking owner might come back.
Oh, well, yeah. Might try to finish the job.
So they gave him like, and I think the minimum is 30 days on eviction. They gave him effectively a 2-day eviction notice, and he came back at like nighttime, and all the shit was getting taken out.
Absolutely fucking bonkers. And the only reason I even heard about this story is the victim posted on like our area like rumor Facebook page or whatever, and was like, "Hey, any little bit helps. Like, here's my Venmo. Here's the story." I was like, oh my God. And then people were in the comments were just roasting him like, that's what they have GoFundMe for. It's rude to put your Venmo. So that fucking GoFundMe can take a portion of the proceeds. Like, what?
I love Americans. That's great.
How did I not hear about this? My jaw has been on the floor for the last fucking 3 minutes.
Dude, I think my brother told me about it like 3 or 4 weeks ago.
It's been this
See,
long?
I only found out about it last week because that's when he posted about like the bills are piling up. I have nowhere to go. I'm about to be homeless. Like, my truck's been impounded. I can't even pay to get it out.
It's so funny that they impounded his truck, and he's just like, "Can I get it back?" And they're like, still looking at those bullet holes.
$700.
Police fucking suck.
Landlords suck. Police. Hey, the whole thing sucks. Believe it or not.
And even if that dude is like kind of a piece of shit,
He doesn't deserve to be.
he doesn't. Yeah, no, that was awful.
But my brother opened up by like kind of describing him. He's like, "I know he sounds like a piece of shit, but like, this is horrible."
Yeah, that's so fucking wild.
I can't believe I haven't heard this story until right now.
I'm so glad that you knew like what I was talking about, so I didn't have to look it up.
It was crazy. I was like,
Dude,
it's such a good story.
I feel bad for him because he has such a solid fucking lawsuit here,
Yeah,
but he can't afford a lawyer to sue the guy. Oh my God.
that's America for you.
All right, ready to move on?
Yeah.
Am I the asshole for crying to my husband?
Yes.
This story made me so fucking mad when I read it.
Then no.
Or maybe
Maybe.
it's a no.
Spoilers.
My 18-year-old son, Eric, just graduated high school. I'm very proud of him because he has ADHD and school has always been a struggle for him, but he is going to college and his future is promising. I was out with 2 of my girlfriends and they both have children the same age as Eric. While I excused myself to the bathroom, and right before I was about to go back in the room, I overheard one of them say that I must be so disappointed in Eric. In parentheses, disappointed because he's not studying law or medicine, etc. like their kids. This got my attention and I kept listening. They continued to talk about how he barely graduated, and then they made a few odd jokes about how Eric's probably going to follow in my footsteps and marry a rich older lady. Then they talked about my son's reputation and laughed about how he clearly cares more about his face than his future, just like his mother.
His face?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
His fates.
I thought you said faith.
Fates.
This hurt me a lot. I was heartbroken. Not only were they insulting me, but my son as well. I walked into the room and they went silent, but acted as if they weren't just talking shit. I didn't mention it and simply decided to never hang out with them again. Which is a bigger person than I would have been. I would have been like, fuck the both of you. But when I got home, my husband asked me if anything was wrong, and I just began to cry and told him everything. I've been friends with them for a year, and I just didn't even know what to do.
At least they're not longtime friends.
Yeah. He was really angry. He had invited them and their families to go on a quick 2-day trip, and he had called their husbands and canceled. When they asked why, he told them that there was no way in hell he was paying to take 2 bitter, mean girls that insult his wife and son on vacation. Well, then I got a call from the 2, and they were really upset. They said that I need to tell him to rethink his decision and that they were just joking around because their kids were really looking forward to going on this trip. I told them that I didn't want to talk to them, but they said that I should have talked to them instead of crying to my husband like a weak-ass bitch. I told them to fuck off, and they replied with, in quotes, "This is exactly why we hate you." Wait, I'm sorry. Are you going to go cry to your husband again?
Why? What did she do to them?
Oh, and we're still going on the vacation.
You guys are uninvited.
That stung a little, and now I'm wondering, am I the asshole for not being straight up and then just crying to my husband instead?
No.
The 2 think I am, and my sister agrees that I should have just dealt with this myself, and I went too far by telling my husband.
What do you mean?
Her sister just wants to be with the popular crew.
The mean girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is insane.
Doesn't the story make you so fucking mad?
Yeah.
I mean, I hope the husband didn't do that. Like that was a little bit of a dick move to like divulge the reason why he was canceling it without like potentially the wife's consent or like knowledge.
Yeah.
But after that, it's just like, well, you made the right move. Just fucking cut the head off the snake. Get those relationships. Burn the bridges.
Goodbye.
You don't ever need to go back to that well again.
Especially too, since like all their kids are the same age and they're going separate ways. It sounds like so.
Perfect.
Never have to see him again.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Also, what difference does it make whether she confronts them and is like, "What the fuck," and then cancels the vacation, versus her just being like, "I'm just gonna cut ties," tell her husband, and cancel the vacation? There's no difference there. It's the same ending result.
Well, they could have.
Go ahead.
So they could have probably tried to manipulate her in person if she would have brought it up.
Yeah,
then.
that's the only difference.
This is why we hate you is so fucking funny to say. Like, how bad of a person do you have to be? Like, after the most minor discrepancy, it'd just be like, this is why I fucking hate your guts and you're stupid.
Oh my God. Yes, this is exactly why we hate you. This is why we've been lying to your face for the last year.
You keep canceling all of the fucking vacations after we talk shit publicly about you.
And I don't know how. What details did you miss when you told your sister that she's on their side? You missed a detail in the story.
There's no way.
Yeah, and I also feel like why are we giving her shit for telling her husband? Like,
yeah, what? Yeah.
Who else is she gonna talk to? Like, clearly her 2 friends that she thought she had aren't friends. So, and she's upset about something that happened in her day. Why would she not tell her husband?
Everybody should. I mean, that's the rule, right? Is if you tell somebody something, you're telling that person and their partner.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's the rule.
And probably their mom too.
Oh, I didn't even. And then the mom tells their
best friend. Yeah.
Fuck. Secrets aren't sacred.
No.
Yeah. Also, barely passing high school is fine.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't. Once you get out of high school, nobody will ever ask you about your GPA again.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck.
Nobody cares.
Wait, what was your GPA?
4, but like I'm not.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's not that.
I
big
forgot.
Of a deal.
Valedictorian over there.
Valedictorian. Yeah.
What did I
kind
say?
of get sturdy with it, believe it or not.
Very valid of you.
Yeah.
I was salutatorian, but I only had a 3.8.
That's okay.
I was also just, with 12 other kids. So
I have absolutely no idea what my GPA was, and I
King.
was like 30 out of 100.
Absolutely king shit. I was 1, but
Shut the fuck up. You're a
But
one
how many
tied with another
number
100
ones?
ones.
3.
yeah,
No.
you're not special, Josh.
Yeah,
Brown.
3 1s and 2 2s.
I got another quick one before the break.
Okay.
This was a screenshot from a Facebook group.
Okay.
Maybe it wasn't a Facebook group.
If it's not a Facebook group, I don't want to hear it.
Oh, okay. We'll go to the break then.
No, let's hear it.
Nobody likes a what's the
Flip-flopper?
Flip flopper. Nobody likes a.
This is
flip-flopper,
why we
Christian.
hate me.
Oh, I thought you were about to say me. Yeah.
No, we all in this room.
The only person
All
who
hate me.
likes a flip flopper
No.
is Zoe Deschanel because she married one.
That's my Zoe Deschanel impression. Did I nail it?
This is her husband's twin brother impression. He looks like a rat. One of the 2 Property Brothers looks rat-esque. I'm sorry.
We're gonna get fucking
And their
canceled.
other brother, even more like a rodent. It's crazy, but less like a rat. More like a rodent, but less like a rat. It's insane.
More shrew, less ratty.
Yes, incorrect.
Okay, so anyway.
Incorrect. Correct.
Screenshot from probably Facebook. I'm pro-life,
Love that for you.
but feel like my life has gone downhill ever since Roe overturned.
Huh. Interesting.
My fiance left me, and my family no longer talks to me. I lost about 70% of my friends, and the ones I do have barely talk to me.
Good.
I'm being ignored at work because now my coworkers see me. I'm being ignored at work now because my coworkers saw me at a party drinking and blowing up fireworks to celebrate the overturn.
This is why we hate you.
What a
This is the
loser.
person. She left this part out.
And what hurts the most is that my little sister, who I've helped raise, no longer wants a relationship with me. Every time I post something vaguely pro-life, she comments and says that I should either get a vasectomy or shut up. I
Oh.
always respond with,
I didn't
I don't
expect
know
that
why I
twist.
expected this. I expected this to be a woman.
I 100% expected it to be a woman.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair. I always respond with, I can't because I'll be giving her a niece or a nephew someday, and that she should be thankful for that. And she should be ashamed for shutting out her big brother. But unfortunately, I cannot find a decent woman around here.
Oh, he's an incel too.
They always ghost me or tell me off for being pro-life. I miss walking next to someone. I miss sex.
This guy is saying he's not getting laid because Roe v. Wade got overturned.
Yeah.
Good. It worked. The Instagram thing of like ladies don't have sex worked, I guess.
Don't get me wrong, I'm still content with Roe being overturned, but it cost me everything. Babies are being saved, and I'm so glad about that, but it doesn't change the fact that I miss how my life was before the overturn. Guess you could say that I'm punching the air right now.
Oh. So he's a Reddit user. He unironically used the phrase, guess I could say I'm punching the air right now? That's insane.
Uh-huh.
What a bad person.
Yeah.
This is why
We hate you, yeah.
cancel culture works.
Yeah.
This is perfect of like, I'm getting reprimanded for having deplorable takes. Guess I should change my takes then.
But free speech, though.
Yeah, you're free to not get laid, weirdo.
Yeah, dude, that's what drives me. It's the people that are like, I'm all about freedom. They're the only one that fucking care, and like you make such a big fucking stink about it. You guys are losers. You're bozos.
Absolute bozos.
Okay, I'm gonna put some stats out here. This is from, it's on gutmatcher.org, but this data is from Gutmatcher Institute researchers. I thought that was gonna be a better thing, but nearly 1 in 4 women in the United States, 23.7%, will have an abortion by age 45. This is published in the American Journal of Public Health. By age 20, 4.6 of women will have an abortion. 19% will have done so by age 30. So when this guy is like, why does all these people's hates me now? It's like they probably know someone or themselves personally have had to understand the pain of this.
Yeah.
And just haven't told you because they know you would have been like, you just killed a baby then.
Yeah.
What pisses me off about it too is it's always the pro-life women are always the one that are like closet have had an abortion.
Sure. I mean, it's a 1 in 4 chance. Like,
a girl I went to high school with who I fucking hate.
she was the valedictorian.
No. She was older than me.
Oh, she was the Saluta third.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Anyway, I specifically remember a story where she told me that she got the morning after pill after a risky night in high school.
Mm-hmm.
But then when Roe v. Wade was getting overturned, was posting about how abortion is murder and all this other shit and is very pro-Trump.
Okay, we do need to. You are getting a little political. So
I don't fucking care.
Wrap up the story.
The fact and she's got 2 very ugly children.
Oh, you love to see it. Don't you hate when...
I do. I love it.
Love when bad people have ugly kids.
Yeah.
What? It's always dudes, I feel like, that are so, like, pro-life. When we went to that...
I just said it was always women.
What? You said it's always women?
Yeah. I just said
that
I
one
feel like it's
specific.
always... No, I'm just fucking with you. Go ahead.
When we went to the pro-choice rally,
Mm-hmm.
the only people yelling at us, like, because we're on, like, a main road, the only people yelling at us were dudes. There was not a single woman that yelled at us or insulted us driving by. It
Or
was
flipped us
only
off,
fucking
yeah.
dudes. And it's like, why the fuck do you care? You fucking losers.
It's-
You're losers.
It's just fuck. It's literally just thinly veiled white supremacy fucking bullshit.
Yeah. And
It's crazy.
every single time this girl posts, like, pro-Trump or, anti-abortion or whatever, I just want to comment so bad and be like, didn't you tell me you got a morning after pill, or does that not count?
I was young and inexperienced then. I have grown and changed, and the Lord has regrown His light inside of me, and I have held onto that line for 9 strong full months and gave birth to this new faith. What if Jesus was aborted, Erika?
Good.
What if Mary was like, "Oh, I do not remember
would
what I
have
did
a-
last night."
I would have a different first name.
Can we talk about how the story of Mary and Joseph is that Mary's a literal fucking child and Joseph is an adult? So
He didn't
Yeah.
touch her. It was God did it.
Yeah, God did it.
okay, that's what Joseph told all of his buddies, so that
I don't think they
I
cared
don't
back
think
then.
they didn't care.
I don't think the fuzz were knocking on the door about a pedophilic Joseph.
Before we get too deep into this, let's go hit them
You're
brains.
getting
the
so
people-
political, Joshua.
The people at the hotel were like, "We cannot take you in. There was way too big of an age difference in this relationship. Go to the manger out back."
I wouldn't. I would have a different first name, and it'd probably fucking suck. Bye.
And welcome back to this side of the podcast, where we like to do a little bit of a thing called
I can't reach it, Josh.
Circle
Jerdge.
Are you impressed?
you two combined would make one emo Joseph. We should start a podcast.
I had a dream about him the other night that he came to this area and he was at a garage sale with me, but then didn't want to hang out with you guys, and all we did was go thrifting.
Christian, every time I did this, put a bind.
All right.
So emo Joseph, if you come to the area, let's go to a
He
garage
is
sale.
huge into garage selling and thrifting.
That's
Fuck
true.
yeah, I didn't even know that about him. So
I've now heard 2 different stories about him going to punk thrift sales or something
That's
like
right. I
that.
told her on the podcast. Remember, he had the big stuffed horse that. No, that was you. Had the big stuffed horse. He had kids following him around, flat tiring him, and then he's like, "What?" And he's like, "You fucked Cthulhu," and then they ran away.
I like to imagine in my head that Joseph's 6'9" and he's big enough to pick a kid up if they ever did that to him. Joseph, I'm not doubting your strength. I think you still could at your whatever height you are. I don't think you're 6'9", but in my head, in the story, you're 6'9".
He's the same height as you.
Christian, every time you say 6'9", pan to me going,
All right.
okay.
Yeah. A lot of editor's notes. What do we got this week's for Circle Jerdges?
Quick poops. I'm sorry. Christian, edit sad, somber music. Put a vignette on me so it looks
Okay.
really somber.
Yeah. Rain effects?
Rain effects. Yeah.
Fuck.
I need to come clean. I need to apologize. I have acted untruthful to myself these past 30 days. I shat 30 times. That's the highest I've ever done. Dumped. Yeah. I'm very upset with myself. It's really going to fuck with my end game numbers.
Yeah. That's really...
Law of averages, though?
I don't think couldn't tell you the last time I had an under 27 month. I feel like I need to like go. I need to go like juice cleanse. Is that good for shitting or bad for?
That's more shitting.
I'm gonna ingest so much fiber.
No, that's
It's also
also
good
more
for
shitting.
cheese.
So much protein. I think you need a lot of protein. To
I am
less.
not. I literally I counted on the last day because today's December 2nd, right? So on November 30th, it was like 10 p.m. and I was like, I got to shit, and I was like counting how many shits I had, and I was like, I'm gonna hold it.
For 2 days, for a day.
Well,
2 hours.
it was just for 2 hours. It was 10 p.m.
Oh, sorry.
And I was in Aurora, and so like it was like 11:30, and I was like, I gotta poop. And she's like, you didn't poop earlier. I was like, Aurora, I've had 31 shits this month. I can't afford. And then
I can't afford.
Clock turned in November 1, went and took a big old Stanley
December
steamer.
1.
Clock hit midnight and
I got the runs.
I took a big old Stanley steamer.
Yeah. And I literally said to her, I was like, I cannot shit this next month. And she's like, don't hurt yourself. I was like, I won't. I've done this before. I've been to summer
professional.
camp, Aurora. I can go 6-day stints without dropping a deuce. Oh, you think I'm gonna shit in a fucking canteen?
Why do you act so surprised?
Not a
like,
canteen.
6 days is so long.
Not a canteen.
Christian. I used to go.
You're a
fucking-
freak.
This is why we love you. What's the outhouse called? That's not
Latrine.
latrine, not canteen. That'd be insane.
You don't shit where you eat, Joshua. Rule number 1 of camping.
Erika,
True.
you and me are both on the far ends of the spectrums.
It still hurt my feelings.
How many poops?
11.
Okay.
86.
Okay. So I'm the oddball out here.
Yeah. I thought I was like, oh, here's a little fact, guys. I was sick a few days ago. I only ate for like 30. No, what's more 2.5 days? However many hours that is, 60 hours.
72.
60.
72
hours,
is
3
3
days.
days. So in 60 hours, I only ate a bowl of ramen noodles, 1 Rice Krispie treat, and 2 handfuls of pretzels. And so
You're an almond mom when you're
so
sick.
on the 3rd day of having basically no solid foods, it was just running out of me.
And a lot of Gatorade.
A lot of Gatorade. I only had fluids coming out of me, and
Does that count as a shit then?
I really wish it didn't because it added fucking 7 shits to my tally.
If you're peeing out your butt, is that a shit?
I can take them all off. This will be my lowest month because I'm like, I'm doing pretty good, and then it really fucked up my numbers.
Sure. That's
I'm
kind of your
pissed.
fault for getting sick.
Yeah, it is my fault. I shouldn't have been licking the doorknobs.
I'll
All the coins on the ground.
I have a secret.
Secret.
Circle Jerdge.
Oh my god.
Just so you know,
You're not
I'm-
gonna like it.
gonna tell my husband, and I'm also gonna tell my mom.
You're gonna hate this, Erika.
And she's gonna.
I just want you're not respectfully. You're not invited to this. Like engage with the activity we're about to do. Respectfully.
Does it have to do with wieners? Is that why I can't partake?
What
'Cause
are-
I don't have a wiener.
No.
If we had to guess what it is, what do we think it's about to be? Are we about to drink
Probably
like fucking
beer.
macaroni water or something?
Ew, macaroni. Okay, that's just pasta.
We're
water.
drinking
All right.
milk, but it's macaroni milk.
Ew. The fuck is that? Is that watermelon?
Watermelon.
Oh, you know watermelon's my favorite. Ew,
Coke.
never mind.
I heard. Who was telling us about this?
We read a story on our podcast where was it a listener made melon Cola?
Yeah.
Last
To
week.
be, yeah. Who read that one? Did you read that one? No.
No.
You don't. You're reading this week. Who? You must have read that one. This is so cool and unique. I think you're a lot cooler of a person.
You
So we
know,
had
you
a-
could have just given me a cup of watermelon,
We
and I
ha-
could have partaken that way.
Erika, I did not have more watermelon left over. Now we
Rude.
had melon water or melon cola, which is watermelon in cola. So here we go. This is in the week that PILK is back in a big way, baby.
PILK is back.
Lindsay Lohan
Publicly.
and Pepsi, they decided, hey, we're going to have PILK for Christmas. Something nobody asked for.
Yeah. Here's the thing. In my head, I'm like,
A little bit more.
well, I was going to. I'm telling the story. In my head, I'm like, we didn't affect the milk meta that
We
much.
affected.
But then I'm looking back and it's like, no, we started talking about PILK like at the end of November. We started talking about it.
It blew
And
up.
then we made it big throughout all of December. And guess who brought it back for the fucking holidays?
Lindsay Lohan.
If Lindsay fucking Lohan and Pepsi, and we fucking did that.
I don't know
You
if
guys did it with us too.
I know if you guys
kinda.
enjoyed my tweet off the Judges account, but I tweeted Lindsay Lohan, parentheses, Herbie Fully Loaded, circa 2005. I think it's so funny to know Lindsay Lohan from Herbie Fully Loaded. Cheers to Melon Cola.
Cheers.
Was that a listener submission?
Yes.
That's so funny.
What? Whoa.
Whoa. It's good.
That actually is pretty nice.
It's better than PILK. Like
It's better than PILK.
PILK, the texture was never quite what I wanted out of a soda drink.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
But this isn't bad. Erica, you don't like cola. Fuck.
It's almost like it's like a cherry cola.
I wouldn't say it's a cherry cola.
Well, but it's like I could get this on a Coca-Cola freestyle machine.
Yeah, like if there was a watermelon flavor button, that's what that song is about. Watermelon flavor button. It's not bad.
It's like breaking my brain.
Now, Christian, if you remember in the story, it wasn't just drinking it. It was also at the end you had a little treat.
Yeah.
Of after it's soaked in the cola.
Well, now we gotta chug an entire thing of.
Or just wait right there, Christian.
Wait, what?
This is why you don't have any fucking watermelon left over, you piece of shit.
Buy a full watermelon. I bought like a little.
You piece of shit. This is so weird. It's so weird.
So you kind of gotta fish it out with your.
So what's the difference?
It's been soaking for an
Oh,
hour.
it's been soaking. Okay.
I have been Mormon style soaking this for over an hour.
I've been underneath it, kicking it.
So these watermelon pieces that we fish out gracefully with our fingers.
I don't like that. It almost looks like a marinated piece of like salmon.
It
Yeah.
does.
And here we go with soaked watermelon.
Cheers.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I'm pissed.
I'm more. This is better than PILK.
This is better than PILK.
Lindsay Lohan. No, who do you think's gonna be next year going for?
We're going for.
Who's gonna be doing a big watermelon? It's gonna be Coke. Coke's response to PILK is gonna be Melon Cola, and it's gonna be fucking Dame Judi Dench. I don't know
She probably.
if she's still
That's a
alive.
pretty-
She's gonna die by next year.
Shut the fuck up, Josh. Don't you dare wish that upon my number one gal.
She's not making it past April.
Excuse you.
You're my wife.
But I'm not your number one good time gal.
I didn't go that far.
Just
You are
add
my
in-
number one good time
Add in
gal.
good time.
Well, yeah, I can't lie.
That's so fucking good.
It's upsetting that our listener was like so clairvoyant in their mind to be like, this is probably fine.
But she also did because she's like, I'm gonna be a little quirky weirdo, and that's like, oh no, it's actually amazing.
Yeah.
It's so good, Eric. I wish you liked Coke so you could try it.
I'm gonna save some for Aurora.
It's such a unique flavor, but it's good.
It's pretty good. Like,
It's like you have Coke, and then it's like an aftertaste. Like, oh, it's still nice watermelon flavor.
it's when like with PILK, it was like it's fine. I would never do this in my free time. This is like when you go to a hotel and they have like a water with like lemons all up in the top for free. If there was a cola with watermelon in it, I'd be like, sure,
Yeah,
I'll try that.
This is so weird. This summer, picnics are gonna be next fucking level.
Oh, but imagine this with a little bit of soak the watermelon with rum, and then put the rum in the cola.
We're gonna absolutely nutty with this. Christmas in July, Coke's coming out with Melon Cola.
Are you glad I didn't include you, Erica?
Yes.
Upset that I didn't say watermelon pieces?
I am
Absolutely.
getting angry at how much I like this. Do I just like Coke that much?
Probably.
I mean, this Coke, I don't know why. was a very good Coke.
Or is it the watermelon? Guys, listeners, this is
a
so
much
judgy
better
stamp
than-
of approval.
Yeah.
Well,
Editor put in a
2/3
big
of the
old
judges.
stamp saying approved.
Editor-
Edit in the Knuckles meme of approved.
Meme. Approved.
Hooray! You ready for the listeners?
I can't wait to have to make the thumbnail of Lindsay Lohan having watermelon Coke.
Can we talk about that for just a second? Why did they try to make her sexy about it? Why was it like, ooh, now that's a dirty drink? It's like, it's
what?
just
A
milk
naughty
and Pepsi.
drink.
A naughty drink is what she said.
I'm assuming from her role on Mean Girls
that's
with
what-
because her outfit was very similar to their
Yeah.
Santa baby. Is that what they sing?
Rock
Or, no, they Jingle Bell Rock. Sorry.
Jingle Bell Rock, yeah. Aurora said the same thing, but I was like, it was just so strange to be like, I'm going to be a little naughty little Santa and put Pepsi in my milk. And it's like, PILK goes good with cookies. Bullshit, PILK goes good with cookies. You don't want to put a carbonated beverage in with fucking cookies?
Absolutely not. PILK does not go with cookies. You're wrong, Pepsi.
I used to drink like it was Full Throttle, that energy drink.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's carbonated.
Yeah.
And I would eat peanut butter cookies with it.
Well, that's all we have for tonight's episode, folks. We'll probably catch you
Incorrect.
next week.
I can like smell the watermelon / carbonation on your breath right now, and I don't think I like it.
Oh, and you think it smells delicious too? That's so good, Erika. The problem is I don't think it translates to root beer.
I was going to say, we could maybe try a root beer watermelon.
I don't think it
Two things
translates.
Erika loves.
Or you could just give me watermelon.
Well,
Or
it's all in the
just root beer.
Interesting.
Or hear me out. You could give me both in separate containers.
Would you eat one and then immediately eat one after?
Potentially.
Erika, what do you want to do for the pepper pot episode? Because we're doing, of course,
A secret.
Something
a secret,
spicy.
super, very spicy thing. Do you want, like, how are we going to do that? What do you want
Can
to
I
be
have
doing?
a green pepper?
Yeah, you know what?
Not a jalapeno or a serrano that's already green. I mean a green
Like
bell
a bell
pepper.
pepper.
I know you said a green pepper. Any green pepper.
No, I'm specifying.
I'm gonna go back to 2009 and get a Heinz pepper that's colored green, just like their ketchup was purple.
You thought that was still happening in 2009?
Or maybe you give me a red pepper. Bell pepper,
Or a yellow pepper, bell pepper.
of course.
Or
And
Are there any other yellow peppers?
I need a little tiny cup of ranch to dip it in.
because it's a little spicy.
No, I'm not saying that it's spicy. I just like ranch
cool it
dressing.
down.
Oh, Midwest gal through and through. A
Through
good
and-
time Midwest gal.
A good time.
Just like this listener 2 minute sound is a
Girl.
good time.
Daddy pie. Daddy pie.
Needs help with his J's, but he'll get there.
That was so fucking cute.
It was very cute. Let's read the little message they had.
The thing is, the reason why I'm upset is because I know he couldn't say Josh.
Olsen's words are getting so much better. That's Olsen.
What?
yeah, he's
Oh,
very
he's fucking
advanced.
4 months
your-
old. He can't talk yet.
Your husband can't read, but your son can talk at 4 months
You
old.
don't have to read to learn to talk, Josh. This comes from Mackenzie. Me and my 3-year-old Walker listen to your podcast every Monday. Thankfully, he doesn't understand most of the jokes, but he likes all the sound effects.
That's Walker's favorite one. It was implied.
With the carrot bonk being his favorite. And he boos along with Eric every single time.
Boo.
Bullshit. That's like
We-
my 40-year-old just came up to me and said, "Mommy, why is Putin a bad guy?"
Why did Putin poop his pants today? We love your pod. Here's his attempt at saying the Judgie's pod.
7 out of 10.
That's a 10 out of 10
very
from old
fucking
Ricky
cute.
over here.
Very fucking cute, and we loved it.
I absolutely loved it.
Thank you very much. What was their name? Walker.
Mackenzie and
Walker and Mackenzie.
Are you ready for this bonkers fucking story?
Oh boy. This is a listener submission.
Yeah.
Is it family drama?
Yes.
Is it they came out to their parents and okay.
You have any guesses?
Did the baby shoot the grandpa?
Were you in my Instagram inbox?
That's how you guys met.
Wait, him in my Instagram inbox? Incorrect. It's my MySpace.
I'd
Me
love
and
to,
Tom,
I'd love
baby.
to
He gave me
become
a
in your top 5.
So this was sent to me on Instagram.
I was very sad for you when you drank the entire thing, and I'm very glad for you that you have a second cup.
I'm glad too.
Give me a girl's name.
Eliana.
Ruth.
No, don't use that one.
Ruth.
Ruth.
Ruth it is.
Ruth. There it is.
Boo. That one's for Walker. Boo.
Whoa. Hated that. Hated that.
I enjoyed
Bitch, that
it.
came in stereo, okay?
This says, hi, Erika. Hi.
Oh, I'm pissed.
I love the Judgies, and I wanted to reach out to you about my story because you're a mom now, and I feel like you'll understand.
Don't give your kid a gun. They might shoot their grandparents.
Am I the asshole for slacking at work?
No.
No.
Never.
I currently work as a nanny
Okay. Well, okay. Well,
for 1.5-year-old twin boys.
He got his gun.
There's no guns in the story.
Okay,
Shut up.
I'm just saying it's adding up a lot to what I guessed.
No, it's not. I've been working with them since they were 3 months old, so I've gotten to know them and the mom really well. She works from home. The dad is nice. He just leaves as soon as I get there and he goes to work, so I don't really talk to him much. When I first started, the boys slept a ton, as babies do. So while they were napping, I happily did the laundry, did the dishes, cleaned the play areas, etc.
is that a typical nanny? Is that included in nanny services?
I don't know.
Depends
guess
on the contract.
Yeah, I think each situation is different.
That
and-
seems more like an au pair to me than a like. I feel like nanny in my brain is more of like when I think of babysitting, I don't think of like doing chores.
Yeah.
No.
Isn't it an au pair like
Isn't it a
They live
live-in?
in.
full time?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know that for sure, but
It's a British thing.
Feels very European.
when I first started, the boys slept a lot, blah, 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 cleaning, etc. I usually only stick to the kids' messes when I nanny, but
Oh.
because they slept so much, I ran out of chores to do, and I felt bad doing nothing.
No.
Don't feel bad doing nothing.
So you set the bar too high, so now they expect it out of you.
Yep. You fool.
If you're doing unpaid labor, then that's on you.
I felt bad doing nothing. They are paying me for a reason, so I might as well work.
Incorrect.
I started cleaning and organizing the kitchen, living rooms, nursery, and more.
If you got ti-
Organizing
You
is
got time to clean, you got time to lean. That's my motto, baby. If you're cleaning because you're bored, start leaning, baby.
I didn't mind because it kept me busy, and I felt like I was being productive. All right, on to the problem. The boys have gotten a lot older, obviously, as kids do, so they don't sleep nearly as much.
Assholes.
I don't have time to do as much as I used to do. I do as much as I can, but I only work from 8 to 4, and I typically don't sit down the entire time. As you can imagine, chasing 2 toddlers around is exhausting. The parents haven't kid-proofed their house, not even baby gates or cabinet stoppers.
That's wild.
So I have to keep a really good eye on them, and I can't let them out of my sight. Again, I don't mind. It's part of the job. For the past couple of months, I have noticed some things that are super frustrating for me. The boys wake up at 6 a.m. I don't get there till 8 a.m. When I get there in the morning, neither of the boys have been fed or changed from the night before.
That's wild. That is negligence.
Uh-huh. And I don't know about you, but I think that's disgusting. Sitting in your own piss and shit for 12 plus hours is nasty.
Yeah. That's something only a 26-year-old gamer who Pokemon came out 2 weeks ago would do.
They won't change them even if they're poopy, which is mind-blowing to me. It got to the point where both of the boys had a really bad diaper rash, and it would get worse every time I got there in the morning. They have 2 full hours to change their children's diapers, but just won't do it.
Oh my god.
I haven't said anything about it because I don't know how to nicely tell them that they're neglecting their kids.
I don't think there is a nice way, and that's okay.
Yeah.
I think you say, hey, fucking clean that.
Yeah.
That's bad for them.
Another thing that bothers me is that if I'm not the one to do the chores, they don't get done. The boys have completely ran out of onesies, bibs, pajamas, and more just because I don't have time to put a load of laundry in the day before. They leave their dishes from the night before for me to clean in the morning, and they never clean any of the play areas. This has become super stressful for me because I simply just don't have time during the day to get all of it done. But I need certain things to be done to be able to do my job well. The boys have a mini closet downstairs because it's easier than having to run upstairs every time they need new clothes. This closet has become my biggest enemy. The parents just throw the clothes in it without folding or organizing, which is super chaotic because the twins wear different sizes. So there's a ton of little clothes just thrown everywhere, and it's super stressful for me. I always make sure the closet is neat and organized, not for the parents, but for me. It takes forever to fold and organize all of the clothes, but I do it for my own sanity. The mom has said in passing that the dad doesn't do any chores. So on Fridays, I always make sure the boys' clothes are clean and put away, the play spaces are clean, and the dishes are done, and that the kitchen is clean. I just feel better knowing that the mom isn't going to completely drown while I'm not there. That's very sweet of you. But when I come back on Mondays, nothing has been done. The dishes are piled up, laundry is overflowing, the closet's all fucked up, and the house is a disaster.
This is a fucking nightmare.
That's an absolute nightmare.
I feel bad because people want to live how they want to live, but in order for me to do my job properly, I need it to be clean and organized, or else my day is a shit show and I have to work on overdrive. They both work full time, and I know being a parent isn't easy, so I've just been pushing through it and doing what needs to be done. But it's gotten to the point where I'm getting burnt out. I noticed how I was feeling a couple weeks ago and started to give myself some slack. I stopped cleaning as much, stopped folding laundry, and just did what I felt needed to be done in the moment. I felt bad at first, but I would rather be okay mentally than worry about laundry or dishes that aren't even mine. It's been a couple weeks, and the mom has started to say some things to me about the laundry not being done, the trash being full, dishes in the sink. In parentheses, she has, I only leave a sippy cup here and there, if that. Now I feel bad because I feel like I'm not doing well at my job.
I think it's time to be looking for a new job.
Yeah.
Which makes me super sad because I love the boys and I want to stay and keep working with them. Love boys, stay and keep working with them. Because we've bonded so much, but I can't keep wringing myself dry over someone else's mess. The way I think about it is I'm the nanny, not the housekeeper. So I'm going to do what I can while I'm there, but not as much as I have been. So am I the asshole? And then she goes, "It's so long. I'm so sorry."
Did they say they sound young? Did they say their age?
No, they did not.
I'm assuming that you're like late teens, early 20s.
Yeah, that's what I assumed.
This is your first experience of like workplace like mismanagement, and like this they're not parents that you're babysitting for or nannying for. They're your bosses. And if your bosses are being shitty to you, then you have the right to demand better work compensation. Either get paid to do all that shit or negotiate like I'm not doing this stuff and be aware that I'm only getting paid for these certain things.
Absolutely.
Like that's not, and like in any job situation, like a normal job, you might say, "Oh, but I like my coworkers, so I don't want to lose this job." It's the same thing as you like taking care of the kids, and they will use that as leverage against you, and you're doing it yourself, and it happens to everybody. Inside your mind, you're like, "But I like the kids, and I formed a bond, and they would be sad if I leave."
Yeah.
You gotta look out for number one. Like you have to make sure that you have the the mental capacity to do this job or get compensated better for it.
Yeah.
Hopefully both.
Hopefully both.
And this is, oh my God, it's one of those things where it's like, how do you even have the conversation? Because if the mom is already kind of making fucking remarks about it, you know, you trying to have like a heart to heart about it isn't going anywhere.
Yeah. Well, and this is, and I said this before, this is the trouble of working too hard.
Yeah.
Is like if you set a bar where you work higher than what you're getting paid for, and you don't get positive repercussions from it, like rewards, either through pay raise or through like titles or whatever you need, whatever you deem as being worth it, it's gonna grow on you, and it's gonna suck.
Yeah.
And then once your drive inevitably starts falling down because everybody's does, then you're like, hey, you used to do all the dishes.
Yeah.
And now you're in trouble. You're the bad guy because you stopped doing your job.
Well,
That's why you should always do the bare minimum.
it's also one of these things now where it's like it's almost a vicious cycle that you've set up to where you were doing so much before that they have now fallen out of the routine. They haven't had to have done chores for the last 3 years or whatever she said.
They're only a year and a half.
A year and a half. It's
Well,
like,
but they're twins, so it's 3 years total.
yeah, that's what I was counting. But it's like, so now the parents are like, well, I don't know. Basically, it's like they've fallen out of the routine of doing chores.
Once
and
they
doing
started
this.
intentionally leaving dishes in the sink for you to clean,
Yeah, they knew that
that
you would do
battle's
it.
lost. Yeah.
And now it's like the resistance of them ever being like, oh, fuck, we have to do dishes because Ruth isn't going to do it in the morning. It's
Yeah.
like,
This is the danger. This is why never share personal information with the boss that is like not necessary. Never get buddy with the boss because they will use it against you.
yeah.
They think you're a nice person and I'm sure they're nice to you and they will use it against you. I had a coworker who was about to, barter for a new raise and negotiate for a new raise. And I said well, you should tell them that you have student loans because you required me to get a bachelor's degree to get this job. I need to be compensated to pay for these student loans. She's already told him I paid mine off. Wow. Why? I get that he's a nice guy and wants to come talk. Don't fucking tell him that. There is no... don't... I had somebody tell my boss, when I had the podcast and it was doing well, he's like, oh, yeah, he makes a ton of money doing it. And I was like, first off, I don't make that much money doing it. But also, it's like, don't tell him that. That's information that he does not need to know because they will use it against you. Because the next fucking time I had a meeting with him, it was, oh, well, you probably don't even need that much of a raise because, you got your side gig going. It's like, fuck you.
This is why nobody at my work knows I have a podcast.
It sucks because it's a capitalistic hellscape and you want to talk about the stuff in your life with the people that you spend the most time with because we're at our jobs so much, but don't fucking tell your boss's dick about shit. It always bites you in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, we hate capitalism here.
Yes, we do.
We hate being a cog in the machine.
So, Ruth, you should not feel upset at all. You should demand better wages or get a new job. Those kids will be okay.
I would be looking for a new job.
You can't put their well-being on you. That's not your job. It's the parents' job.
And that's exactly what the parents are going to do.
Yeah.
They're going to 100% leverage the child's.
But they like when you change the diaper.
Yeah. We just don't do it as well as you do.
I feel like maybe this is because you guys are the youngest kids in your family.
Here we go.
And potentially, you guys didn't have to take care of young children or feel like that they're your responsibility.
Well, I'm not saying it's easy either.
I just mean, coming from, because I used to be in that position where, my mom worked constantly. My dad was never around. So I was the one raising my sister and I'm not saying anything bad about my mom. If she didn't work constantly, we would have been homeless. So,
Well, it's probably similar in this situation with the parents here.
Potentially, but I understand what it's like to, if I don't do these chores, they're not going to get done.
Right.
If I don't change her diaper, it's not going to get done.
Yeah.
So I get that. And then I did go through a couple of phases where I was like, I'm just not going to fucking do it. Fuck you guys. You don't appreciate me. One year for Christmas, my dad got me cleaning supplies and called me Cinderella.
That's very funny.
He thought it was hilarious and I cried.
It's very sad.
That's so Cinderella of you. I'm sorry. It's a really mean joke. I love you, Erika. You're fantastic. You're the best person I know. You're my number one good time gal.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
right.
There it is.
That's right. But it's just the point.
Yeah.
I definitely can see from her perspective, especially worrying about the kids. And if they're not changing their diapers, in the mornings after 12 hours at night,
Yeah.
I just,
Yeah.
I could definitely see where you're coming from, Ruth, that you're going to feel like they're not going to get properly taken care of.
I mean, that's a base human. That's your base is you want to be empathetic and a good person.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that as it takes everybody time at different rates to learn. I didn't learn that until I was fucking 26 when I was finally at my job and I was like, hang on, this shit fucking sucks. What's going on here? Mm-hmm. Everybody learns at a different time, but you need to, because with your instance, it was life.
Yeah.
You weren't
It was
getting
my
paid. Yeah.
sibling and my own house, not,
Yeah.
I wasn't getting paid to do it.
Yeah. When it's a job, it's a whole other thing.
Yeah. That's a good point.
But there's still the exact same emotional response there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And like I was saying, like an employer will use that against you. These parents are using it against you, whether they know it or not. They're saying, hey, our kids, they got poopy butts when they show up because we don't know how to change the diapers. I guess you got to stay here and take care of them or else they're going to die of poopy diaper butt.
That'd be a horrible way to die.
Yeah. Top 10 worst ways.
Maybe you just got to start like weaseling when the parents come home, just be like, oh, I didn't have time to get this done. And like,
And it's not like you're lying either.
like, yeah, but like keep piling on and keep piling on and keep piling on.
This is why you clock in at 8:02 and you clock out at 3:59. Every single window you can take.
You got a 2-minute buffer to not being late.
I never.
Ours was 7 minutes.
You got a 7-minute
crazy.
buffer?
Yeah, on our
My-
time clock. If you were under 7 minutes, you still got clocked in at 8 o'clock.
Oh, because it rounded.
Go figure.
Yeah.
The fucking government's stealing from us.
We didn't. My job that I worked at for 6 years, we didn't have a clock in, clock out system.
Really?
It was just.
We didn't until the last
Oh, yeah.
7 months, probably. Last 6 months.
But
But
I got
when,
mad because you try to unionize.
Yeah.
that's really funny.
It's not retaliation.
When I worked at Farm and Fleet, there was you could clock in at most 2 minutes early and I think 3 minutes late, and it was like right there. So I guess in this instance, you'd want to clock in at 8:03 and clock out at like X03. That way you're getting the most money out of it. But don't work until X03.
I like how they tell you, like, oh, make sure you clock out 5 minutes early, but don't leave yet.
Mm-hmm.
You guys got told to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say clock out and then go clean that in the back room. Oh, I see you in the middle of cleaning up a mess. Why don't you go clock out? That way other people can leave and then you can come back and finish it.
Yeah. No.
Bullshit. I'm going to do that.
I mean, I guess back when I worked retail, I was told, like, you have to clock in at 57. Like, 3 minutes early, it's like, if you don't clock in before, like, by that time, well, it comes up late. But it was like, when we closed at 9 o'clock, it was like 8:57. Those doors are fucking locked. And if there's not somebody banging at it, we're walking out at 8:57.
Yeah, as you should, King. Yeah, it was kind of a political episode,
Yeah, this wasn't actually.
I got more.
but it was fun.
We're pretty far in.
We're over an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah, but there was some jib jab at the top.
Yeah, but I bet after all the cut, it's still at an hour.
Oh, no.
How short of a fucking story, Erika?
It's not. I'd have to go find one, and it's probably long.
You had to find one.
Well, no.
Please let me read one more.
I have like 15 stories saved.
Sure.
I just didn't have like them screenshotted, so I'd have to go to Reddit, go to my saved, and then I'd have to pick one and then read it. So
So you weren't planning on reading another one.
no. Well, let me double
Guys.
check. I don't think so.
Melon Coke is so fucking good.
Melon Cola.
Melon Cola is so.
Now we don't. Now the hard part with Melon Cola is like PILK easy. 2 liquids, we know the ratio.
And it rolls off the tongue.
PILK does roll off the tongue. With Melon Cola, I just did 2 cubes because I had 10 cubes and I ate 2 of the cubes. I'm sorry, Erika.
You fucker.
Why the fuck would you say that?
I needed to come clean.
It's been weighing really
I said
heavy on my conscience.
I opened up the little Walmart watermelon
one for
thing.
me, one for
And
Christian.
I ate one and I was like, it was a mid watermelon.
Earlier you said it was a pretty good watermelon.
The Coke was good. The Coke was
is,
good.
The Coke is revitalizing it.
And then I put 2 into each of the 4 cups, and there was 1 left over. I was like, a treat for Josh.
When anybody, if I'm like cutting up a watermelon for anyone else, I will let them know, like, I'm gonna eat half of it.
Yeah.
That's your fee.
There are
You have
two-
to pay a fee for me to cut up this watermelon, and it's a piece for you, 2 pieces for me.
There's 2 truths in this world. If you tell a secret to somebody, their partner's going to know. And if you're cutting up a watermelon for someone, you're getting at least half that bitch.
Yeah. And then once it's all cut up, I'm gonna take more.
Yeah,
You're
you're hungry.
serving it to me. Like, what?
I just worked up all these calories. You know what?
Watermelon's so fucking good.
It takes more calories to cut a watermelon than to eat it.
I believe that.
I don't
It's
know
hard-
if it's true.
it's hard
but
work.
I'll believe it.
I believe it.
Erika, why the fuck are you opening Snapchats right now?
What if there's a story on Snapchat that I gotta read?
I look over, you just have a Snapchat open.
Should we start a Judgie's Snapchat?
Yes. Can I be in charge?
You're gonna get dick pics if you're in charge.
Yeah.
Ooh. You don't think you're gonna get dick pics?
There's got to be a lot.
I feel like I
but-
can. I feel like I'll handle them. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're good at handling dick for
Yeah.
sure.
I feel like it would weigh more on you to receive unsolicited dick pics than it would on me.
Oh, I'm gonna screenshot it and find your mom, and then I'm gonna send it to her.
Not my mom.
No, not
don't
unless you're
send the
sending me
dick
dick
pic.
pics, and I'm sending it to your mom.
I won't. Mom, I am not. I promise.
Listen, there's this girl on TikTok that, like, no matter how
Yes.
safe you think you are on the internet, she finds your name and date of birth.
Consensual doxing.
Yes, I'm gonna fucking find.
that
I'm
for
gonna
your dick.
yes. I'm gonna have her find you. I'm gonna find your mom, and I'm gonna send her screenshots of your dick if you send me a dick pic, just so you know.
That
And
would
then
be-
I'm gonna respond to you and be like, "LOL, it's so small."
I was what? They
shame
might
you.
like that.
And then if they're like, "Oh, I like that," I'm gonna be like, "Just kidding."
It's massive. Bigger than my husband's.
Impossible.
I didn't know you had it like that, Christian. Neither did
There's,
I.
there's an insane bias going on right now because I don't. Let's get those.
Hang on.
Like,
Guys, I have to poop. Let's start.
I
wrapping
was
up.
I was watching one of those the consensual docking in bed, and it was like a 3-minute video, and it was great. I love that content; it's very good. And Aurora at the end just goes, "What was the point of that?" And I was like, "It's interesting. I don't know. Like people, it's the best piece of content I've ever watched. I don't know. Don't ask me what the point of Schindler's List is. It's a good. Well, okay.
Bad choice.
I just tried to pull good movie out of my head.
okay.
Don't ask me what the point of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is. Don't
Could've
ask me
gone
what
with
the
like anything else.
don't ask me what the
Emperor's New
point of
Groove, maybe.
Casablanca is. Don't
shit.
ask me what the point of Cat in the Hat 2001 Michael Myers vehicle.
Also, dog shit.
It's good. It's art. It makes me feel an emotion, and I like that.
Erika just said Casablanca's a bad movie. It's like the. It's like one of the go-to like all-time classic movies, and you're like, oh, dog shit movie.
Erika?
Citizen Kane. Ever seen it?
No. I also haven't seen Schindler's List, Casablanca, or Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Ah.
Where can they find us?
Oh, we haven't done that yet.
I've been trying to for the last 5 and a
Go
half
shit,
minutes.
Go shit, girl.
Just go. Not on the couch though.
Go shark girl.
You can find us on Instagram, YouTube, Patreon, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, some other shit probably, and that's at Judgies Pod, JUDGIES Pod.
Patreon's a big one. Help support us not have jobs. And we can make... The thing is, guys, if we start making actual buku bucks here, we'll be able to
you can have hour and a half episodes.
Well, we could do 2 episodes a week, maybe.
Yeah. We could do more bonus
Like we
content
do
than-
over at Fridge Pod, at FRJJ Pod.
you do
Great-
2 episodes a week?
Yeah,
They do a
2
regular
hour
and
long
then a
episodes,
bonus.
yeah.
Oh, the bonus episode. I
They
forgot.
do
Right.
a bonus after every episode, which, yeah, if we make enough money here, we could probably start doing something like that.
Everybody could start their own podcast.
Yeah, that would be a fantastic.
And we could
thing
hire
to
an editor and underpay them. It'd be great. And then we become landlords. And then you guys can underpay a nanny to take care of all your shit.
No.
I'm just saying it's a possibility.
Okay, bye.
There's a possibility.
And then we can shoot people that want to come and get their shit out of
I
us.
almost
No.
wanted to try to fart on the beat, but I might poop myself. Bye.
Good job. Have a great week, everyone.
Okay. Okay.
Was I lying? Was I lying?